Unni, you have to unmute yourself. Unni, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, great.
I just
So,
unmuted myself.
Yeah. With your permission, can I go at 3:45?
Yeah.
So, good evening, everybody. This is Ram Prasad Padi, your Realty Tech Guru. We are back on Realtor Gurukul with session 3. And we have a wonderful surprise for you today. We got one of the most known expert in the country on digital marketing, and none other than Krishnan Unni for you on the house today, walking you through how a realtor website will help you do more business in the future and how can it do effective marketing with email automation. So before I ask Unni to start the session, let me give you a brief about Unni. So Unni, I've known Unni for last close to 16 years when there was a platform on internet called Ryze.com, R-Y-Z-E.com. It was a platform like LinkedIn, which was way ahead of its time. It was the professional Facebook 16 years back. And I met Unni there as a group of professionals, and we used to meet every month at Bandra in a hotel called the Executive Enclave, where he used to host an event for entrepreneurs like what BNI does today. I request everyone, please mute yourself. So we met Unni at that point of time, and I'll run you through Unni. So Unni has spent 13 years in advertising with agencies, advertising agencies such as Saatchi and Saatchi, Enterprise Nexus, Nexus Equity, and Ad Factors. For the last 23 years, he has been a digital marketer. He is the founder and director of Pigtail Pandit, one of the India's earliest marketing agency. Guys, imagine 23 years back, this guy started digital marketing. He has a wide experience in advising clients in US, UK, Canada, Australia, UN, and yes, Apna Bharat. So, Unni, we welcome you all. And today, before you start, I wanted this to share with everyone that Unni is the one whom I consider as my guru. So 3 years back, Unni started this Saturday sessions on digital marketing, where his office is closed on Saturdays. From 10 o'clock in the morning till 2 in the afternoon, he will invite a group of 10, 20, 30 people where he used to share knowledge on digital marketing. I attended close to 25 of those sessions in Unni's office. And guys, whatever I knew of digital marketing is because what Unni has taught me in all those networking sessions. So Unni, my pranam to you, Guruji, and I would want you to get started. Guys, can we give
I'm humbled.
clap,
I'm
clap,
humbled, Ram.
Can we clap,
okay.
clap in the chat box, guys? Give a clap to Unni. Come on.
That was a longish introduction. I hope I live up to that. Okay. I'm very excited to be with all of you guys here. Okay. And what I'm talking today is as true of any digital marketing as it is for realtors. I'll take the realtor examples at the end of the whole session, but most of it is to get a handle on what we call digital marketing, which including agencies are slightly jumbled about. Okay, if I could say that. Okay, digital marketers as well as agencies are completely jumbled about digital marketing. And if realtors don't know too much about it, they cannot be blamed. So hopefully by the end of this presentation, I'm hoping that all of you will have an idea of how to think about digital marketing, if nothing else. Okay.
Unni, before you start, we would love that you make it a mix of English and Hindi में भी थोड़ा बात करें. हमारे पास दोनों audience है.
अरे मेरा हिंदी तो बहुत खतरनाक है.
हमको आपका खतरनाक हिंदी में बहुत मजा आएगा. थोड़ा हिंदी चलेगा.
I mean, you will laugh more than absorb.
Little bit of Hindi, that's fine.
Okay. Okay, what is digital marketing? Okay, I wanted to do a small definition before I got on to the main thing. So, and this is my own definition. It's not some textbook stuff which I've taken from somewhere. I believe it's a set of marketing strategies, tactics, and plans executed in the online media to achieve measurable results. Now, the key word there is measurable results for your brand. Okay, because everything that is done in the digital world is measurable. So if you measure, you will know whether you're doing right or you're doing wrong, or whether you can tweak something to make it even better.
Unni, can we have your camera on, please?
Oh Lord, you are asking me to switch things now. 1 minute. I didn't.
You can do screen sharing
Just a
and
minute.
camera both. Yeah.
Just a minute. I'll just.
Does it open in a separate?
I think the camera is on.
Yeah, but we couldn't see you. So you can.
Yeah, that's probably because I'm on the screen. So
Okay.
I'll be appearing as a small thing at the bottom.
Okay. You can
Okay.
see. Yeah,
yeah. Okay. Now, what is this? I mean, what is the normal perception of digital marketing? I think it is akin to what the 6 blind men and the elephant story is all about. So each person catches one part of this whole beast and starts describing it. So the gentleman at the far end will say it's SEO. So someone in the middle will say that it is PPC or pay-per-click. Someone will say that it is social media, or someone will say आजकल क्या चल रहा है, so Instagram चल रहा है, like the fog ad. Or this guy will say नहीं Facebook चल रहा है. So you get the picture. So it's one big confusion out here. So today we will actually see the elephant for what it is. Okay. So without being blind, so to speak. Okay. What is DM?
We can't hear you, Unni. Are you there? Are you there, Unni? Unni, are you there? Did we lose you? Hi guys, I think there is a temporary blip. Let me check with Unni. Are you there?
Let me just call him Ram.
Yeah, please. So guys, till Unni joins us back. So yes, what Unni said was right. All of us look that, we look at digital marketing as the same elephant. Everyone, someone is touching the head, someone is touching the tail, someone is touching the legs, and whatever you get, you think that is digital marketing. So we will today walk you to the intricacies of digital marketing, because what is happening in COVID-19, everyone is talking about the digital marketing, but no one is very clear on what path we need to go ahead, because ultimately it is a question of doing business and getting leads. Are you back, Unni?
Ram?
Yeah.
I think Unni has been booted out. So
okay.
Is it possible to send him a link?
Yeah. Has he logged in?
No. Just send him a fresh link with the password. No.
Oh, okay. Give me a moment, guys. Give me a moment. Let me work this out.
Yeah, I'll just tell him that you're sending him a link.
Yeah.
I got booted out.
Yeah, he's back.
Yeah. Welcome back, Unni.
Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah. No
this happens once in a while. Okay.
Yeah.
1 minute. Let me
Yes.
just see.
Yeah.
Get
So
back
I have
into
my friends
screen.
telling me sometime video and screen sharing drops connection.
You bet. So
Yeah.
I think it's better to stop the video and just do the screen broadcast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. You're right.
Now that you guys have seen me,
Yes.
I think we will, for the sake of efficiency, do
Yeah.
something else. Okay. Thank you.
We are all convinced how
Okay.
handsome Pune is.
I'm terribly so. Okay. Okay. Tall, dark, and handsome. If
Yes,
I may.
absolutely. And
Okay.
I have taken most of your hair from you. And
Okay.
and grown up.
Okay.
Great.
Okay. So coming back to what BM actually is, it is. Can you guys hear me loud and clear?
We can hear you. There was a bit of an echo. You were better before.
Okay. Just a minute. Let me see if my
Yeah.
audio
Only-
is high.
Now it's perfect.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is it
only
okay now?
just keep the microphone a little distance from your
Okay.
mouth.
Fair enough.
Just then it really catches properly.
Okay, then there are just 3 things in digital marketing that you need to worry about. The first bucket is called acquire, which is the green thing that you see. The second one is the purple thing called convert. And the third thing is the light brown orange thing called nurture or retain and grow. And common to every one of these is something called measure and optimize. If you can just remember this, then you've understood where into what bucket some of the activities that you hear fall. Okay, now I'll explain this to you in slightly greater detail here. So what is acquire? Acquire is to do with all activities that get traffic to your website or landing page. So anything which is to do with getting traffic, that is SEO, your PPC, your social ads, your social media posts, all fall under acquire. Because there is a lot of information on acquire, people think that this is the most important thing to do in digital marketing. In fact, this is the last thing that you should be doing in digital marketing. So I'll come to that later. So how do you assess traffic? Now, there are 3 types of traffic which you need to have in mind. There's something called paid traffic, which is to do with buying Google PPC or Facebook ads. Okay. There's something called earned traffic, which comes essentially from 2 things. One is the content on your website, which shows up as organic results on Google. Okay, that's the first type of earned traffic that you get. The second type happens via social media, which is where people share, people like, people follow, and that kind of traffic. The third type of traffic is really what you should be doing with the first 2 types of traffic. That means your paid traffic and your earned traffic should convert into owned traffic. This is where the list building efforts on a website come. Okay. Now, why do you acquire? Now, please understand that you cannot sell to strangers. Okay. People buy from those they trust. Actually, people buy from those they like, know, and trust, in that order. So before you start selling, you must begin a dialogue. And a dialogue with your customer is not possible till you get traffic or sufficient number of people in through the door. Okay. How do you acquire? And these are the various tactics that we use. Say PPC, social ads, content marketing, SEO, online PR. I can go on, influencer outreach, whole bunch of stuff. Native ads. Okay. Where do you acquire from? It's largely the search engines and the social networks, but authority sites are good for search engine optimization and backlinking. So this is where you get the other kind of traffic sometimes, or your domain rating goes up and you get better ranking on search engines. So all this has to do with Acquire. Now, can you guys hear me loud and clear?
Yes, yes, absolutely.
Okay. The next bit is convert. Now, according to me, this is the most important thing in digital marketing, because if you don't convert, it's useless acquiring. That means you're spending money and getting nothing for it. So if you ask me, this is the most important piece in the entire digital marketing puzzle. So what exactly is convert? The thing is, once you get traffic, you need to get the traffic to act. That means perform some action on your website. Now, the action could be download an ebook. The action could be attend a webinar like the one we are having right now, where you need to register. Okay. It could be subscribe to a beautiful newsletter every week. It could be a quiz that you take and you get the results by email. It could be a lot of things. That means anything which enables the customer to part with an email ID is what I'm calling conversion. Okay. It could be even login and registration at a e-commerce website. Okay. Now, why do you need this? You need to capture the customer details. Otherwise, you cannot begin a dialogue. How do you do this? You do this through capture devices or forms, which essentially says, okay, here is the ebook, but let me have your details and you take it away. Or here is a webinar, let me have your details and you can attend. Now, where do you find these capture devices? On the website. In fact, you will find them all over the website. You can find them in the blogs. You can find references to it in the money pages. You can use it in the landing pages too. So I've used the term landers here to make it short. It actually means landing pages. Okay. Now we come to the third bucket. It's called retain. Once the traffic is converted on a website, what do you do with it? Now this is where nurture and retain comes. This is where email automation comes. So the resultant email IDs that you capture should be nurtured. Why should you nurture them? Because
Unni, your voice is lost again. Are you there?
Ooh.
Rajesh, I think I can see him, but his
1 sec, let me just check on him.
yeah, some network issue, I guess. Guys, how's it going till here? Type on the chat box. What did you learn about digital marketing till now in the last 4 slides? Come on. Can we have some on the chat till Unni is back? Great, Julius. Amit, what did you like? What is the detail that you liked? Come on, be a bit more till Unni joins us back. Are you liking the way we are breaking up? Is he back?
Yeah, he's back. Apparently, he lost electricity, and now the building generator has come up, so he's back.
Okay. Okay. Great. Yes,
So that-
Mustafa, our aim is to make it very focused and a lot of knowledge we want to give you, which you will be able to use it, in house. Because what is happening with real estate consultant like you and me and everyone else is, we go and make this website, we spend like 2, 3, 4, 5 lakh rupees. These websites don't generate lead for us because we did not know what should have been inside the website. What results are we supposed to get? How is this website supposed to work? What are the new technologies? Now, I never knew something called a pre-sale and upsale before Unni taught me this in 2019 around Diwali time. So this is what we wanted. Today is part 1 of Unni's session. Next Wednesday, we're going to have part 2. And I promise you by the end of both the parts, all the guys will become gurus like me and you can start taking webinars. So if Unni has joined in, we can go further. If anyone wants to, Unni is back.
I'm back. I'll just do
Welcome back.
a little.
Welcome
I
back. Welcome back.
lost my electricity.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Got that. Only everyone is loving your topic out here, so we are willing to wait, and that's all right.
Just allow me to share.
Yes, I will. Are you? Wait, I'll make you a host first.
Yeah.
Yes, I made you the co-host.
One. Thanks for the feedback because I can't see that while I'm.
Yeah. I will keep all
Okay.
feedbacks on for you only. I'm this friend of mine, realtors from all over India. One thing good about all of them is they speak what they like and they also speak what they did not like. So we can all expect honest feedback from you guys. It's not.
I would like to hear that. Yeah.
Absolutely. I am on only.
I'm only hoping that at the end of this, they have some idea of how to go about their digital marketing. See, the fundamentals have to be in place. It's a bit like the stock market. Okay.
Yeah.
So you have daily ups and downs, but as they say, if the fundamentals are good, then that stock will perform well. Similarly, if your digital marketing fundamentals are good, you will do well. Okay. So you don't have to look at the daily turbulence. Aaj Instagram, kal Facebook, teesra din Google PPC. So the confusion happens there.
Yes.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So, okay. What is retain? Retain is the next step after conversion, which helps you actually use the email addresses to nurture the prospects who. Okay. So when they give you only the email addresses, understand that no sell has taken place. So you might have to do pre-sell. Once you have sold something, then upsell. All of this happens through the retain bucket. How do you do this? You can do this through email automation, a reminder medium like WhatsApp. You can even do it through chatbot and chatbot messengers, messenger blasts and things like that. Or you can do it physically. You can take the phone. I understand that for reality, this would be more applicable using the phone or face-to-face or Zoom. Okay. Where does retain happen? It happens on the website again, because at the conversion point, your email address gets into retention, and then the emails start directly communicating with the email of the person. Or in case you're collecting phone numbers, you can use WhatsApp. Or if you are driving the enquiries or contacts into a chatbot, then you can do chatbot blasting as well. Is this clear, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Type yes, everyone, if you think this is clear till now. Guys, everybody here, Jagdish, Vikas, yes. Yes, Jignesh Dedia says yes.
Okay, brilliant. Now, how does acquire, convert, retain work? The problem is most people think that you just need a website, which happens in Convert, by the way. So what happens to Acquire? They don't think too much about it. Oh, SEO करूँगा और 1 साल, 2 साल, 6 साल के बाद traffic आएगा. Or they don't know anything much about how to retain. So email address पकड़ता है, पर you don't know what to do with it. Okay. So you need to align all the ducks together. Acquire, convert, and retain must all be simultaneously attacked. Okay. But in terms of priority, you start with convert, get into retain, and only after these two are in place, get into acquire. Is this flow clear?
Yes, Unne.
Convert is where your website and landing pages happen. Retain is where whatever you capture through your forms, how are you nurturing it? That happens in retain. Acquire is undertaken only after these two are in place. Okay. So now I'm going to elaborate on the convert bit, since I said that that's the first and most priority item on our list. Now, there are 2 or 3 additional concepts that I'm introducing. As this presentation progresses, you will be able to understand what I'm talking. So for the moment, just hold on to a concept called a value ladder. This is one of the most important concepts in Convert. The second most important concept in Convert is something called a customer journey. Okay, if you leave with just these 2 concepts in your head, I think you will do a good job of digital marketing in reality. The third concept that is you need to know is content. There are 2 types of content on a website. One that sells. That means your services are what you sell, or your listings are what you sell. And there is attached to that sell content of value to the customer. It's not of value to you, it's of value to the customer. Okay. And associated with that content are what we call capture devices, which gather prospect details to enable you to create your own list. See, once you own the traffic, then that traffic is literally free to you. That means you can communicate at will with that traffic. So all your attempts on your website should be to capture your prospects. Okay, now I'm coming to the concept called value ladder. This is a very important concept that most marketers, at least the small ones, miss out completely when it comes to digital marketing. And as I go along, I'll explain to you why it is so important for something called profitability. Okay, now what is the value ladder? Okay, it is basically giving an opportunity to the customer to try your product or service at a very low cost, because it is based on the premise that the more people try your product or service, the more will like it and move upwards into more and more expensive products or higher value, higher profit products. So the value ladder helps you do that. Why does this work? I think it mimics human psychology. Okay, let me explain this to you. How do all of us buy? especially if it's a new product or a brand. You walk into a supermarket and you see, say, brew coffee. Okay, now brew coffee is available in pouches of $2 or $5 or $10. Then it's also available in refill packs of 250 grams. And then you can buy the gold variety, which is the more expensive thing, in 100-gram packs. Or if it's sunrise gold, it's way more expensive than that. Now, do you see a ladder, guys, in all this? That means at the lowest rung is something called the pouch. The next the next rung in the ladder is that of a larger value pouch. The next one is of a refill pack of 250 grams. And the next one is the gold version, which is the most expensive version. Do you see the ladder?
Yes. Only
Okay.
I have a question for you here.
Yeah.
So in real estate, a consultant is only able to sell. I mean, there is nothing I can give them to try on low
Yeah.
risk. What would you say on this?
Okay. Let's just understand the concept a little more, Ram, before we attempt that.
Sure, definitely.
Okay. There are examples below. Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't found one for a realtor yet. Okay.
Right.
Maybe I have not been able to think hard enough. Or this is my first occasion that I'm thinking about realtors. But I can give you some pointers.
Yes, sure.
Okay. Now, how do you create a value ladder? It's essentially a pricing and bundling issue. Now, what is coffee in a pouch? It is taking coffee in a refill pack and repackaging it in a smaller version. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Where does this happen? Where does the value ladder happen? It happens with products and services only. Okay. Now, let me show you a few things which are actually happening in practice. Now, this is the Apple value ladder. It starts with an iPhone at the bottom. Earlier, it was iPod. Okay. Now it's iPhone. Moves on to the iPad, moves on to the MacBook, and moves on to the iMac. Okay. This is one way of looking at it. Technically, there is another way of looking at it. In iPhone itself, there is a value ladder. So you have iPhone SE, then iPhone 10, iPhone 11, iPhone Pro, and that's a ladder by itself. In iPad also, you have a ladder. There is a low-cost entry-level option, and there is a much more premium-level Pro option. In MacBook also, there is a ladder. You have an entry-level 13-inch model, and you have a 16-inch Pro at the top. Can you see the ladders, guys?
Yes.
Okay. They also have one more thing attached to all these products. They have something called the iTunes, where you can buy apps, download music and ebooks, and use also something called Apple Pay. And now they have started something called Apple TV also. That means along with each one of these, they will get you to spend more on pay, music, TV, apps, books. Are you with me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So do you see how Apple has created the value ladder? So the first phone, in case you have never used Apple ever before, is the iPhone SE. Okay. That's the phone you would buy. It retails for something like $399 in the US. They give you a trade-in, which means with your old phone, you can buy this for cheaper. And on a monthly installment plan, it retails for about, I think, $8.34 per month. So they make it very easy to try this at the bottom of the ladder. And once you're hooked, then you want to go Apple all the way. does this concept of value ladder make sense? In fact, if you walk into your supermarket, you will see it all around you. You will see it in tea bags. You will see it in tea pouches. You will see it in loose tea and heavily packaged tea or premium Darjeeling tea. Okay. You will see it all over the place. You will see it in coffee. You will see it in oils. You will see it in virtually. The FMCG guys are the ones, the fast moving consumer goods guys are the ones who introduced this concept of a value ladder, because they want to start.
Unni, your voice is not coming. Are you there, Unni?
Let me just check.
Yeah. I can see on that. So guys, how's it going so far? Are you clear with the value ladder? What do you think is the value ladder in real estate? Can we have some chat, someone on the chat here? What's the value ladder in real estate? Let's, by the time Unni is back, Amit Sakre, what are you converting? Is he back? Please bear with us, guys. I think there is some connection issues there. Yes, from a smaller apartment to a bigger apartment, configuration, upgradation, yes.
Actually, Ram, also the ladder, that Unni is talking about.
Yeah, Rajesh.
Each of the realtors, I mean, on the surface, it seems that you're only, like helping a customer, buy or sell an apartment or, but there are so many services also, as part of that whole process of, helping someone to sell or helping someone to buy. So those services also one can look at as standalone, which can be, given as, let's say, something to try out, as a, I don't know how it works in your industry, but this is just a thought that came to me. Anyway, let me just check out Unni again.
Yeah. So a lot of value add service that we give, guys, can be. Can I get Ajay Kapoor?
Yes, Ram.
Hi, welcome to the show, Ajay. We are happy to have you here, Secretary of the Real Estate Kings. And how's it going so far, Ajay?
All well, Ram.
Great. So what do you think is a value ladder that real estate consultants can create?
I think, like somebody just mentioned now, there are two ways basically. We deal in products and we deal in services.
That's right.
So depending on the kind of products we deal in, there are those who are dealing in products which are small ticket size products, and there are those who are dealing in luxury housing. So that's one way to look at it. And there are those who are dealing in very, very specific, let's say only rental kind of businesses. And then there are those who are dealing in right from rental to purchase to property management to so many other advisory services. So so that's the way one can really look at it. And I think the life cycle of a real estate consultant is such, typically starts with one area and then grows to other area by way of location. And many a times starts with one service and then grows with more services over a period of time. So that's the value ladder, I think, which one can really connect it to.
Absolutely. You summed it up for it, Ajay. Amit Sakre, you're here. I've been seeing you contributing a lot. Can you put on your video? And we would like you to ask, in the last 30 minutes, what new insights did you get on digital marketing?
Especially what he was talking about, the retail market.
Yeah.
It's a new thing, something. And something first time I came across with a term called retain.
Retain, yes.
It's very important. We should concentrate on that part of digital marketing actually.
Absolutely. I think even when I heard him in the first 4 slides, I was like, we were doing it wrong till now, isn't it? Guys who think we've been
Very.
thinking wrong about digital marketing, please type yes if you think we were all thinking in a wrong manner. Because we think we have to make a website and the clients will follow and the deals will happen. Is that right?
Yeah.
Vijay Mukhi, our president from Area Group is here. Vijay, can you put on the video and unmute yourself?
Vijay, I know for a long ago actually. Vijay, I have met with you with Ashok Tingorani, if I'm not mistaken. Does that ring a
Yes.
bell?
Yes, very much.
So,
How
Vijay,
is
so
that? Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. And that must have been about 27 years ago, if my memory
22.
serves me right.
So Vijay, that was a good surprise for you, huh? So, guys,
Ram, just help me share the screen, please.
I will make you the host. Give me a moment. I will make you the host, and you can. Yes, I made you the co-host. You can start the screen.
Yeah,
And,
thanks.
Everyone, we have Vijay Mukhi here. He is the president of the Association of Real Estate Agents Mumbai, and he just took over as president for the next 2 years. So Vijay, warm welcome to our session 3. As a well-wisher, you are here every time, and we all want to acknowledge you, sir.
All of you guys can see my screen?
Yes, we
Yeah.
can see your screen.
Okay. So I was on the topic of value ladder, and
Right.
I don't know where I got cut off because I have no way of knowing when the connection is I'm being booted out. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Value ladder for a dentist now. Now, basically what Apple is doing at a product level, or what Brew is doing at a product level, can also happen at a service level. Say, so if you take a dentist, now he's offering what you call a low value teeth cleaning service. He's not making any money there. Okay. But he's getting people in through the door offering teeth cleaning at a very low cost. But what happens when you inspect somebody's teeth and you're cleaning it, you will notice that there is a need for root canal or some other thing. Okay, so he's basically bumping a few guys here into whitening, and from whitening into retainers, from retainers into cosmetic, from cosmetic into something of higher value. Now, do you see what he's doing?
Yes.
Okay. Now, you mentioned, Ram, how does this happen for a realtor? Now,
Yes.
one of the things I came to know when I was doing websites for the US realtors very long back, about 15 years back, is they offer something called a free inspection report or a free assessment report. Okay.
Yes.
Now, that's the bottom of the thing. And from there, you getting them, the
No,
person to ascend.
Patni.
Does that make sense, Ram?
Yes. Yes. Yeah. We call it a CMA in India, comparative
Yeah.
market analysis.
Okay. So whatever it is, what I'm saying is, you can also build your own ladder. It needs a little bit of thought,
Yeah.
but every product and service person who is selling on the web has to make a ladder. Otherwise, profitability is in peril.
Right.
Okay. Now, I'll also tell you one more thing associated with this ladder.
Yeah.
Okay. There is a marketing guru called Jay Abraham. Okay. He's known on the web for exponential business growth guru he is. Okay. He's very good. Okay. Now, what he says is for every business, there are only 3 ways you can improve profitability. Now, listen to this very carefully. It's not there on any slide. Okay, or I could use this one. Okay, there are only 3 ways to improve profitability. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
First one is to sell to more people.
Great.
The second one is sell more to people.
Wow.
And the third one is sell higher value stuff to people. Okay, now I'll show you how this is tied to the value ladder. So you have something. Okay, now say this is the try area and this is where the guy buys. And as you ascend, sorry. Okay, now if you get 100,000 people here, just for purposes of illustration, so you get 100,000 people to try your product or service. Then assume that you have a 10% conversion rate. So 10,000 people will buy here. And from here, you get another 10% conversion rate. So you get 1,000 people to do this. And your highest value product, 100 people will buy. Now, you see all the 3 principles of profitability are valid here. The first one is sell more. This one is sell more to the people you have already sold. Correct?
Yes.
And this is higher transaction to the people who you have already sold. Does this make sense? Now,
Yes, got it.
Let me come back to the profitability principles. Sell to more people, you're doing this through trial. Or you're doing this through a freebie. Online, both are used. Sell more to people, that means once they have bitten and enjoyed the service, they are happy to buy higher value. That is sell more to people. And the third bit is sell higher value. So from here, you're getting them to ascend to the largest. Do you see where profitability happens at step 2 and step 3? That means if you've got only a single product, boss, you're in trouble.
Got it. So we real estate consultants have a lot of products to sell.
Yeah. So that means essentially, Ram, what you're saying is you can create the ladder, but you're not thought of it as a ladder.
Right. So we all need to learn what are the ladder for realtors.
Yes, you need to create the ladder for realtors. And not only that, you have to be intentional about upselling the service.
Absolutely.
You see, if the guy only cleans the teeth here at the teeth cleaning level, and does not look at upselling the whitening or the retainer or the cosmetic, then he will be here at the bottom rung all the time.
Right.
So from the bottom, he is looking for opportunities to upsell. So it's a conscious, intentional decision.
Great.
Okay. Now, what are the benefits of the value ladder? Now, by now, you would have understood that all profitable companies, especially the FMCG companies who have started this, will have product ladders in them, in their product. And have you guys seen SaaS products like let me just now, do you see the product ladder, guys?
Yes.
That means it is there all over the place. We must now be in a position to see it. That's all.
I could see this on the Zoom package as well.
Yeah, it's there all over the place. Except that we haven't intentionally put our mind to it.
Yeah. Got it.
So what does the value ladder do? It gives customers an opportunity to sample products and services at the lowest price. Now, this is where, again, human psychology comes. Now, human beings are risk averse. That means they won't bet big or large when they don't know too much about a brand or a person. But they're happy to bet small. Are you with me, guys?
Yes.
Okay. What does the value ladder do? By enabling trial, it gives satisfied customers an opportunity to buy higher value services. And a small section of your customers will buy your highest price services and products. So what you need to do is to build a ladder and ask your customers in the lower rung if they are interested in going to the higher rung. And the value ladder is the key to profitability in the business. Because otherwise, J. Abraham's principles of profitability won't operate. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
Okay. Now, this is the second biggest pillar that people in digital marketing don't know. Okay. And I can say categorically they don't know. Now, there is something called the customer journey. Okay. I'll just brief you on what it is before I show you what it is.
Yeah.
What is it? It's a method to communicate. Why do you need it? Because basically it's a 5-step process for communication. And how does it work? Because it comes from knowledge of human motivation and selling to people. Where is it evident? It's evident in all your communications online. Every single piece of them. Okay. Now, what is this? Okay. There was a wonderful direct marketing advertising genius called Eugene Schwartz. Okay. In 1966. And this is
Wow.
very long time ago, guys.
Yes.
He wrote a book called Breakthrough Advertising. And in Breakthrough Advertising, he has given a 5-step process through which you need to communicate before you sell. Sell is the last thing that you do. Okay. So what is it saying? This is in every market, regardless of the maturity of the market, you will find that there are people who are unaware of that there is a problem that they need to solve. Okay. Then there are a bunch of people who are problem aware. That means they know that they have a problem, but they don't know which solution is good for them. Then there is another bunch of people called solution aware who know that there's a 3-4 चीज है हमारे लायक है. That means I know that the solution lies in one or these products. Then there are a bunch of guys who knows that of all the cameras, EOS 600 DSLR is the right one given its features. So that is product aware. And once all these 4 stages are crossed, then he is ready to buy. And that is at the most aware stage.
Only I think you'll have to repeat the last thing we missed out.
Okay. What I said was from unaware to problem aware to solution aware to product aware, you need to move the customer.
Got it.
Only when you move him from there to here and he is ready to buy, will he buy. Now, why is this so important, you will ask? Look at the number of people trying to sell on their websites without moving people to this stage. Look at the number of, I said without
your voice just went in between.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think just speak in a monotone, so I think because this entire last thing you'll have to repeat.
Okay. I said most of the people who are selling on social media are selling rather than moving people from unaware to most aware. Most of the people who are writing emails are trying to sell rather than move people from unaware to most aware. Most of the people who are doing landing pages for Google PPC and Facebook are selling instead of moving people from unaware to most aware. Does that make sense, guys? First, move them from unaware to most aware before you start selling. So there is what we call a funnel here. That means I hit the unaware market first, make them problem aware. The problem aware, I make them solution aware. Solution aware, I make them product aware. Product aware, I make them most aware. And then my landing page or sell starts. Does that make sense?
Absolute sense. Absolute
Okay.
sense.
Now, the beauty about Eugene Schwartz's model, he also tells you what kind of communication you need at each level. So stories and secrets at the unaware stage is what you should be talking. At the problem aware stage, benefits and anxieties are what you need to say. At the solution aware, it's claims and proof, social proof like case studies, testimonials and things like that. At the product aware stage, it is either competitor comparison or an offer. And at the most aware stage, he is willing to buy your product. Okay. It also tells you what kind of content. That's, suppose you're writing a blog. This top of the funnel, tofu, means top of the funnel. You need to address problem aware and unaware using benefits and anxieties and stories. So the funnel, the stage of the customer journey, and the exact recipe for addressing that stage is all evident in this customer journey of Eugene Schwartz. Middle of the funnel, That means the guy is solution aware and you just need to move him to product aware and get him to buy. At that stage, claims and proof is what you need to talk about. Now you can talk about this in your content, which is your value content using blogs and guides and other things, or you can use it on your sell page, which is your landing page. And this is where the bottom of the funnel content comes, which is to do with competitor comparison and an offer. So all the stages, exact communications for each stage, plus the kind of content that you would need at each stage is all addressed in this one chart, guys. How powerful is this for a marketing communications professional? We swear by this.
How did you like this concept, guys? How many of you are aware of this Eugene Schwartz model? If you are aware, please write yes. How many of you? Hans Yadav, that's wonderful.
Lots of people know? I can't see any of those.
Yeah, so lots of people don't know. Samir Jain knows. Samir Jain is a digital marketer.
Okay, fair enough.
Great. So it's a lesson for all of us. Even I knew this earlier, but not the way you explained us only.
Yeah. Okay. So
Shri,
when you are designing communications, any communications for that matter, whether it's an email sequence to a new person, it has to follow this unaware to most aware before you start selling. If you're doing FB ads, you have to start from unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, most aware, and then sell. So the sell is the last piece in the puzzle. Most people on Facebook start with sell.
Great.
So what happens as a result is a large proportion of the market is not even touched by them. They are only looking at the most aware guys and converting them to sales, if at all. And this process also builds, helps the marketer build the trust which is needed to sell. Because people don't buy from people they don't know, like, or trust. Sell comes last. Are you guys understanding this model clearly now?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, now content that sells. Now, this is specific to realtors. I know it's a bit of a heavy session because there are multiple concepts that I have tried to. Okay, Deborah Dobbs has got a website. Okay, and I felt it was nice. There are lots of things which I like about it, but just as equally, there are lots of things I don't like. One is clean navigation on top. I don't know why this is not loading properly on my iPad, but it's better than this. Okay. The top part. Okay. And like most ladies, her colors are slightly feminine and her approach is also very, very feminine. See, she's trying to build a relationship with her prospect. So she starts by giving them a nice welcome note and signs off at the end. Okay. And then there's a video and there's this lovely pink flower. Okay. But there are a whole bunch of other things. Now, if I go into listings and sales, so she's got quite a few featured listings here. Now, most of these realtors don't own more than 15, 20, 30 properties. So they are only advertising very, very few properties. But whatever it is, they do a good job of it. Are you guys able to see?
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
It's opening slowly. Ah, now it's open.
Now, her listing is this particular thing in Mohawk and a whole bunch of pictures about the house. And then floor plans, video, and that's it. Okay. Then there is resources, which is what she basically, she talks about all the other things for sellers, for buyers, first time home buyer. So there's a whole bunch of stuff for each type of audience there. It's almost like an FAQ. Can you see this?
Right. Yeah, we can see that.
Pretty well done. Why I use US examples, Ram, is largely because their marketing is very evolved. And if you keep looking at your neighbor here, you will be marginally better than him when it comes to doing websites, but you will never be the best in the business worldwide.
Right.
I think we have a lot to learn from the US realtors.
Yes.
And way back in 2003, Rajesh will corroborate this with me.
Yes.
We used to have a guy, Rajesh, what was his name? Yeah.
John Olson.
John Olson.
John
That
Olson.
guy was operating out of Sacramento in California. And they were doing 3D, what do you call it, virtual tours then, way back in 2003. That was 17 years ago, guys.
Exactly.
360-degree presentations, as they were called then.
Right.
Today, it's easy to do. You can actually use your mobile phone to do it. In those days, you needed special cameras.
Yes.
There's another site which is also pretty good. It's called this is not real estate sale. It is real estate coaching, and the guy is selling actually coaching course to real estate. But it's pretty neat in the sense that there's a nice, neat value proposition here. Are you looking to build a consistent and predictable business as a solo agent? So he's addressing his exact target market, which is a solo agent who wants to build a consistent and predictable business. Okay, and then he says, a full 1-year program delivered to your inbox every Monday, starting at $29 a month. That means for $29, you will get probably 4 Mondays, and if you're lucky, on a 5th Monday as well. Okay, then he goes to nice, well spaced out, no clutter kind of a layout. The key benefits of buying the service, testimonials, or what we call social proof, which again fits in with the Eugene Schwartz model that we were talking about. How it works, it's so easy that you can do it. Empathy with the real estate guy, who is the solo owner he's trying to reach out to. And so on and so forth. Okay, so this is just 2 well done sites which have got a lot of things clear about them. So you have a value proposition on the top, followed by benefits, followed by social proof, followed by how easy it is to do this, followed by we know what it's like to build a profitable business, because we made lots of mistakes just like you do right now. But since we have made those mistakes, we are happy to teach you right now without you having to go through all those mistakes yourself. So that's basically what they are saying. We believe you can build that kind of business too. Okay, and then there's a final call to action. Start building a real estate business that makes you happy. So do you see this? Okay, there's one more site I wanted to show you. Okay, this is of one of the top real estate agents apparently in Chicago. His name is Jason O'Byrne. Okay, now very clean, neat site. Find your home in Chicago. So the first highlighted call to action is listings. The subdued, or what we call the secondary call to action, is contact Jason now. So even when you have two calls to actions, you can make one stand out bigger than the other. Now he's talking about authority and proof. 17 years in the Chicago real estate. It's like Ram saying 20 years in Mumbai real estate. Correct?
25.
25, sorry.
No, so,
Okay, then he's got his featured listings. Then he's got his services. And services is pretty neat because in the mobile, it opens only on a click. So you can get to a read more. And then the blog. So he's got 3 blogs, pretty neatly done. And then he's got a map of Chicago, and you can click the places to go there. I reckon he's got the property listing there. Can you see?
yes.
So
Very clean interface.
very clean. And
Very
that's
clean.
the way it should be. Use space. I know most of us are selling in Mumbai and all that, so it's very crowded. But your website can have space, yeah. There's no problem.
Yeah, yeah. That is it. That is inexpensive real estate.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Sasta hai, tikau hai.
Yeah.
Okay, so you see how beautiful it is?
Yes.
Then at the bottom, he's got other services. So developer services, seller services,
Right.
case studies. Look how beautiful the whole thing is.
Great.
This is what I call a decent realtor website. And he's also got a blog.
Blog.
Okay, look at how he says, it's a beautiful day in Garfield Park. It's a bit like saying it's a beautiful day in Borivali.
Right.
And this is
It's
the
an
same
amazing-
thing. It's a beautiful day in Kandivali.
Yes. It's an amazing day in Malad.
Yeah, see, all his posts are like that.
Yes.
Anyway, so let's come back to our presentation. So
Yes.
you understood the kind of content that sells.
Right.
All content that sells also follows Eugene Schwartz model. That means you're driving people from unaware to most aware before you start selling. So I showed you this. Okay, this is the blog on this guy's Real Estate on Purpose website. Okay, capture devices are basically 1, funny, these guys don't have capture devices here. Yeah, there is one. Sign up for email updates. This is a capture device. Technically, this is a poor capture device because you need to give the guy a reason for sign up. Okay, you can't just ask him to sign up. Nobody does this anymore.
Right.
That means you need to sell the email updates better. That means get lovely, fresh from the oven listings every Monday in your inbox, and then you ask for the email. Does that make sense, guys?
Yes, Sunay.
That's it for today's lecture. I will take lead generation and a little bit of email automation because it's slightly larger topic the next time around. But I'm happy to take whatever questions. I think we have had a 1 hour 15-minute presentation because of all the breaks and booting outs and things like that.
Yeah. So you can put on your video now, and before I take everyone's question, guys, we'll be taking the questions to Mr. Unni. You all can type the questions in the chat box, and Raju will pick up the question. Raju, one moment. Can I unmute you, Raju?
Yeah, already unmuted.
You unmuted. Great, great. You're always ahead. So before Raju picks up the question, I have one question to ask. So guys, everyone, I'm sure a lot of questions all of you will be having. Lalwani Estate, Harish Khanna, Girish Bajaj. Please ask questions related to Realtor website. Then we have some news for you. Only my question to you is every
I'm putting off my
what should be the content in the
because I can't hear you.
Yeah, you can put. Okay, now can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you much better now. Yeah.
So my question before everyone else says is, in a Realtor website, what should be the kind of content, and why is it important for a Realtor to make a website today? So rather, the first question is why they need to make a website, and what should be the content?
Okay, fair enough. I'll use the screen for this, huh?
Yeah, please.
Okay. The question was, what should be the content of a Realtor website? Or why does a Realtor need a website? Brilliant. First reason, because of COVID.
Yeah, okay.
So, see, I'll tell you, one of the problems with social distancing is now how do you show things virtually?
Right.
Of course, you can use WhatsApp, but it's a very cumbersome thing. And if you had a website, you could drive everyone to the same place. Okay, all traffic comes to the website. Okay. Otherwise, to each and every person, you're sending the same WhatsApp message n number of times, which doesn't make sense to me. So you save a lot of effort doing that. You can have videos of houses, and most people, and this is something I'm talking from what people used to do 15 years ago or 17 years ago in the US when we were working for Jim Olson. They used to shortlist properties using the virtual tours on Realtor sites.
Got it. So only
and then,
I would, can I share something here?
Yeah, please.
So we were online 21 years back with MumbaiProperties.com when people were getting used to the idea of having an email.
Yeah.
And 17 years back, even when there was no Google Map, there was still a map-based search by my company. And we had, I remember introducing virtual tours on my website in 2004. So in India also, we did, I mean, we were few, I would say probably 10 years of India. Yes, you can.
Actually, probably the time for virtual tours in India is now.
Now, absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, because COVID will make people very, very afraid to gallivant all over town looking for a house here. That is one. Two, even societies are now become very particular about who they are letting in and letting out.
Right.
So I think once you have shortlisted, then you might have to, it might be a more tough process for you guys to call up the secretary of the building and then talk to him and say, I am bringing 4 people who are non-COVID and completely COVID safe. And they will wear masks and gloves so that you don't have to be worried too much. So at least some amount of shortlisting can be done with virtual tours now.
Got it.
And you can even use like what some of these Chicago real estate guys are doing, lots of pictures.
Okay. So what I can summarize from your thing is a lot of pictures, a lot of virtual tour listing, a lot of content, local content in which makes you a local specialist, a neat and clean flow on your website, which is compatible on all the devices, and very few words instead of having long essays. Is this right, Uni? Is this the crux of
see, it is not very few words, Ram.
Yeah.
What it is that the words are well spaced.
Well spaced. Okay, got it.
Suppose I have, say, 10 words.
Yeah.
I can cramp it up or I can space it up.
Got it.
Okay. So it's not that there are fewer words. It's just that the scroll is longer and the picture takes precedence.
Got it. Is Raju there?
Yeah. Yeah, Ram.
Can you take the other questions from the board and we can ask one by one? We have a couple of questions. With the name.
Yeah. Okay. So there is this one, like basic question from Girish Bajaj. He's asking me, how does it work for a newcomer using digital so that there is no confusion?
Okay. Now, is the question to do with a website?
Yeah, it is like how as a newcomer, like from where should he start?
Where should he start? Okay.
Yeah.
Like I told you, you start with convert.
Yeah.
And then you get into retain. And then you move into acquire.
Okay. So there is one more question from
this
Gautam.
This is happening at a website level. Okay. And I've shown you websites that are damn good, like this one or this one or this one. And I think what I'll do is, Ram, is it possible to give them the presentation at the end of this?
Yeah, we'll be giving the presentation.
Yeah. So I think you can leaf through these sites, so you'll get a fair idea of what they are saying.
Okay. So there is one connecting question to this same question is from Mr. Gautam Baheti. He says, can we start from midway, can we start midway from solution aware or product aware?
Okay. Very good question. Let me answer that. Okay. There is something which you guys need to know. It's called the buyer pyramid. Or larger market formula. Okay. Just a minute.
Yeah.
I'm mapping this to Eugene Schwartz model. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So when you start from solution aware, you're hitting 40% of the market. If you are starting from unaware, you're hitting 70% of the market. And if you're starting to only sell directly to people at first sight, like most people do on FB and Google PPC, you are addressing 3% of the market. Now, do you understand why? Where you can start from anywhere. There is no pabandi, but the smart marketers start from here.
Got it.
Does it make sense?
Yes, Unni.
Yeah.
Gautam,
Okay.
I hope we were able to clear your query. Next
Yeah,
one,
that is a very fantastic way Onni has put up the, like with the graphics to show the, whole setup. Now there is one more question from Mr. Vinit Picha. He says, please suggest some practical steps in unaware state, to most aware state in real estate.
Okay. If you look at the presentation, okay, I put it off, but I will write it out for you here. Okay. If you look at the Eugene Schwartz model, okay, you start with unaware, problem aware, solution aware, product aware, and most aware. Correct? At each stage,
Hello, Ram.
yeah. Unni, you are there?
Let me just check, Ram.
Again?
Yeah. Please check. Yeah. So, guys, you can send more questions. We have another 10 minutes to go before we announce something new for all the realtors here. So, any more question? If you have Shlok, if you have a question, Chandresh Vetlani is here. Welcome, Chandresh bhai. If you have a question, Ajay Gupta and Julius, if you have a question, we'll be happy to answer you. Paresh Patel, if you have a question, please feel free. It's an open round. Ajay Gupta, yes, you are asking. Do you want to ask something? We can let people do some talking. Ajay, Ajay Gupta here. Ajit Ram. Atul Kowalkar sir, do you have any questions you would like to speak something? Can I unmute you?
Yeah, nothing specific.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sir, how has been the session so far today?
Yeah, fantabulous. Fantabulous.
We tried a new approach by getting a marketing guy come and talk to you who's been in the field for like 30
Yes,
plus years. So,
I got him.
welcome,
Sorry.
Munni.
County is back.
Sorry, guys.
No
The
problem.
electricity in my thing is at Chennai. I have a generator, luckily, so it keeps going and it keeps coming. So can't help it. I hope things are much clearer to people.
So only
Let
I
me
think
see
without
if
the board, we would love to see you on the video. Don't shut the screen now. For the question answer, we would like to see you on the video.
Yeah, but the thing is, I would like to demonstrate to you a few things. It becomes easier
Okay,
if I
you can start.
am able to draw.
Yes, yes. Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay, I'm ready for your next question.
So I think the last one we answered. Vinit,
Yeah.
this thing.
See, so
question was there.
Yeah, for each stage, there is a particular formula for writing copy, content, whatever. So here it is social proof. Here it is product comparison.
Only you have to share your screen. We can't see your screen.
You can't see our screen? Or
No.
Start broadcast. Can you see it now?
Yeah, now we can.
Yeah, now it's visible.
Okay. So you start with stories and secrets, problem aware, highlight pain and anxieties, solution aware, get into social proof, product aware, get into product comparisons, and most aware, you just have to give him a good deal and he is yours.
Okay, great.
Okay. So I think Vinit, this answers your question. Now I will take one question from Mr. Harish Khanna.
Yeah.
He says, without having an integrated CRM in the website, how can we monitor the leads and shoot them as soon as we get the leads?
Okay. This is interesting question. Now, there are two systems out here which you need to know. There is something called an email autoresponder. And there is something called a CRM. Some CRMs come with the autoresponder also, but not necessary. What the email autoresponder does is when you get an email, I mean, when somebody puts in their email ID into a box, then it can trigger a series of emails. Suppose you do this at 3:45 p.m. today. You entered your email ID. Then at 3:50, I can send you a welcome email. And then 24 hours later, so after 24 hours, I'll send you one more email. Then after 48 hours, I'll send you another email, and so on and so forth. Is the concept of an autoresponder clear?
Yes.
So now a CRM is a much more evolved piece of thingy. That means it has got customer data. An email autoresponder only needs an email ID to trigger. Whereas a CRM is fitted with a whole bunch of other things. So CRM has got contact data of the customer. He's got
the full Kundli, as we call it. Okay. And it can send mails. It has got a trail of past emails sent to the customer from any system. There's a way in which you can append past emails to a particular contact. So it does the whole thing, and it will even tell you what the dollar value or the rupee value of that particular contact is, what are in the various stages of the funnel. So a new prospect at the top, this guy might sign next week, this guy is already in but ready for an upsell. So all those things are done by a CRM. Some CRMs, like for example, if you take CRM or something of that sort, it also has. So you can start with an email autoresponder, and at the end of the email autoresponder, the prospect takes some action to become your customer. It's at that point that he enters the CRM. Does this make sense?
Yes.
So there is one question from Niranjan Bangera, which I would like to take, Raju.
Yeah.
Niranjan, you've asked us for a CRM that is simple to use and not too expensive. Currently, very honestly, you know, one of the CRM that was being used by a lot of realtors has been out of the market now by having been acquired by Quicker, and we are not using it. The other CRM that is in the market, I don't want to take the name, is not very highly recommended due to customer service issues. One very good CRM I have come across is a CRM called HubSpot, HUBSPOT. HubSpot.com is the place you need to go to. HubSpot has got a free CRM package, which is very good for real estate consultants. You can mold it the way you want. So if you don't want to subscribe to a full-fledged, then within HubSpot, they have something called marketing, which is a paid CRM, which is not very expensive, $10 to $15 per user per month. But you should start with HubSpot.com, the basic CRM, which is going very great. So people here, even Harish Khanna and others who are yet to subscribe to a CRM can start using HubSpot. There are some advanced CRM called Pipedrive and all, which has some very predictive marketing thing available. But HubSpot is a good spot to start with. Over to you, Raju, for other questions. Or if
no other questions, Ram, over here. But I think Ajay Gupta has just come in. You were looking out for him earlier.
So Ajay would like, one moment, let me check with Ajay. Hi Ajay, welcome. Can you unmute yourself, Ajay?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Ajay, welcome. And how has this session been for you?
So it was very nice to me and lots of things for learning.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Great.
Am I audible?
Yeah, you're audible. You're audible.
Just wanted to know about the next CRM. As you said,
yeah,
HubSpot is the right CRM to right now.
Yeah.
But I have taken other also. But is there any specific to alternate for this?
So right now, I would recommend HubSpot, and then even we have a next session of this same thing on Wednesday, guys. Mark the time, 3:45 p.m., which is the second part of how we are going to go to a realtor website, what all content should be there. It's a bit of an advanced with email automation. So Harish Khanna, I would recommend you and your team can join us. We will actually teach you how to do email automation on that day.
Great.
Thank you, Ajay. Thank you for coming here. And anyone else who would like to, Amit Sakre, would you like to ask? Rakesh Agarwal from Bhopal, welcome Rakesh. So R Square is one which has been taken over by Quicker. So I am honestly very afraid of my data being on another real estate consultant data, because Quicker is also into real estate. So that is the reason we have given up R Square almost 1.5 years back. And yes, Julius, we would like, one moment, Julius, I'll want you to, can you unmute yourself, Julius? Welcome, Julius.
Hi.
Hi.
So just wanted to share it. It has been a fantastic session all throughout.
Yeah.
All throughout your this RP, as well as a great hi to Unni sir. Okay. So we have met rather.
Yeah, we have met.
Yes.
Right. So Unni sir, I got reminded with this pyramid that you posted. You see, so which made me give a little opinion. So with your pyramid, it was that you can tend to, with the digital marketing, try to attach to 20% of the customers who give you 80% of the remuneration.
Correct.
And 80% of the, try to avoid 80% of the customers who try to take away your time and give you only 20% of the remuneration. So
correct.
It showed me that.
that it was basically the Pareto's law. It's the 80-20 rule, as they call it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I said, let me take this as an opportunity to thank you for everything, and even Ram sir. Ram, thanks a lot for all that you're doing towards us.
Ram is the man.
Ram is the man. Ram is the man of the moment.
Thank you, Julius. That's wonderful. You know, yes, the 80-20 rule of always works, and more so in real estate. 20% of your clients will give you 80% of your revenue. Now the trick is to know which 20% of the client you need to focus. For that, we will have the next session on there.
Yes.
And thank you, Julius, for coming. So welcome, and thank you, Pradeep Randhir. Thank you, Nitin Kotkar. Joyson, we are not very clear with the India MLS thing right now, but if we have Shankar Reddy, welcome, and thank you for being here. Guys, we have one very good thing for you, news for you. So, after my 2 sessions I had for Realtor in, one second, can I mute? Is everyone muted, Raju?
Yeah.
One second, let me mute. There was some background noise. Naresh Kevlani, thank you so much. Manoj Wadhwa, thank you so much. And please keep yourself free on Wednesday evening. I know Mumbai will be back to work, but keep yourself free. We have something superb coming up. So after the 2 sessions that I had, and I had close to 500 plus visitors in both my sessions, many of them approached me saying that, you know, there was a big problem on having a realtor website, because many of these people spend anything between 50,000 rupees to 2 lakh, 3 lakh rupees on website, and they were not getting results. In what way? These websites were first of all made by small companies, freelancers, and I am very sad to say this, that many brokers or realtor brothers go to them and say, 25,000 rupees mein website bana ke do, 50,000 rupees mein website bana ke do, without checking does he have the backend to service you for a long time. Please understand, your website is your digital asset. It is the asset you're going to keep it for a lifetime of your business, not your lifetime, your business ka lifetime. So people did that. Many people dumped, you know, the guys were dumped by their vendor. Koi foreign chala gaya, kisi ne dhanda band kar diya. All that thing went, and suddenly all your work. I have one friend of mine from Mumbai, website had 1,000 plus listing. Poor guy spent a lot of time and money on his back end putting the data there. And one fine day, his website company guy, because he had left the business, forgot to renew the web hosting. And you know what happened? All the data was lost. Now the web hosting guy kept contacting that freelancer email ID was not reachable. Everything that he did for the last 1 year and 1.5 years were lost. So these were all the pain points that we came to know when all these people approached me after my second session. So today I'm happy to share that I spoke about this in great detail to Krishnan Unni, who's not only my guru and a good friend, but who has also been my digital agency for the last 2-3 years. We got some lovely creatives made from Unni. Unni, thank you very much. Rajesh,
Pleasure.
And Rajesh, can I say hi to you?
You can. Of course you can.
Of course you can. So Rajesh is the co-founder of Pigtail Pandits along with Krishnan Unni. He is the silent guy who works totally in the background, and Unni is the front guy, but both of them wonderful people. My creatives got me a lovely response from our client, and I spoke to Unni. I said, Unni, you have expertise of more than 33 years. Why don't you make it into something beautiful for us, reader? And I'm happy to say that he agreed, and we have now done something called a beautiful, scientifically designed realtor website package for all real estate. So everyone who's interested to know what it is, please send me a personal WhatsApp on 9594 888. I will write down my number here. It's 9594 888. Send me a WhatsApp. Let's do a one-to-one. We don't want to share everything here, but we made a beautiful website package. There are 3 kinds of packages that will be given here depending on your business size, because I don't want to give Mercedes to a guy who wouldn't need it every day, and I want to give a sports car to a guy who's going to go sporting every day. So we are going to have this thing given out to you. So please contact me on my WhatsApp number, and I will share what thing we have. And so with this, coming to the end of today's session, guys, thank you so much for being there, and it was a wonderful program we had with you. I will see you along with Unni on Wednesday at 3:45. So please do register that day, and thank you so much.
Pleasure, guys. It was wonderful speaking with all of you.
Thank you, Unni. Thank you for making it here today. Thank you so much.
And I apologize for all the frequent interruptions.
It was worth the wait, Unni sir.
Absolutely. Guys, I have one more request. Please go to our Facebook page and please leave your review about today's thing there. Please go to our Facebook. And I have also typed my YouTube channel. It's a brand new channel. I need more subscribers. And I want each of you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. We will be putting a lot of Unni sir's video also there. So please go to our Facebook page and please like us on our YouTube channel as well before you go. Thank you, everyone. Namaskar.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Raju, how do you end this meeting?
You're supposed to press leave.
You have to stop sharing the screen first.
You have to stop sharing the screen first.
Yeah,
then
stop sharing the screen first. Yeah.
Yeah, get it. I can't see a session today. End session, Raju.
1 minute.
There is end. I got it. Yes. Thank you, Unni, once again so much. Thank you,
Pleasure,
Kavita.
yeah.
It was pleasure meeting you, Unni sir.
Thank you, Raju.
Pleasure meeting all of you guys. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Sanket Soni, Rajesh Dubey, Julius Nair, Jayesh Gada, Vikas Garg, Rajesh Ahuja, welcome. Birju Nagar, welcome. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great weekend ahead. See you soon.
Thank you. Bye.